WomenNC's mission is to lead North Carolina's young adults in the elimination of injustice against women and girls. In a few weeks, the organization will hold its 6th annual Local to Global Fellowship Forum, featuring 7 students who attended universities here in our state. This year's fellows will share their research at the forum in advance of their participation at the 59th United Nations Commission on the Status of Women. Kate Macdonell, Liv Alvarado, and Justine Schnitzler. Thank you, ladies, for joining us on North Carolina Now today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
We're here to talk about WomenNC. And Kate, you are the co-chair of partnerships and a member of the board for WomenNC. Why is an organization like this still so very important?
It's all about the education. So many people know about problems facing women and girls in other countries and around the globe, but very few people are aware of the issues that are facing women and girls here in the United States and in North Carolina. For example, 35% of emergency room calls are due to domestic violence. North Carolina consistently ranks as one of the top 10 states for human trafficking. Women and girls are still underrepresented in business and in politics. And this is where WomenNC's work is so valuable.
And one of the major programs of WomenNC is raising these fellows, or teaching them to be the next generation of advocates for women. And we'll get to 2 of these fellows just in a moment. But tell us about the importance of the fellows and how are they selected?
Absolutely. Well, the fellowship program that WomenNC offers is actually the cornerstone of what we do. We provide an opportunity for North Carolina college students to educate themselves, their community, and a global audience at the United Nations about issues of discrimination facing women and girls. They then take this information and they turn it into activism, and it's a wonderful thing to witness. I could give you some examples of how this has positive long-term impacts on our society and globally. Some of our fellows have gone on to be campaign managers, focused on getting women elected into public office. They have started working for Google to bring computer science to girls. They have become co-founders of Stop Rape on Campus Now. And what they do is they take the passion that they already have, the information that they learn, and the tools that we give them, and they use it to make long-term positive changes in our society and globally as well.
Excellent, much needed. And we have 2 passionate fellows with us here. Liv, you are a student at Meredith College, is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your research topic and why you chose it.
I'm looking at issues that affect women in the military, particularly surrounding women's health and reproductive rights.
And why are you so passionate about the military? I understand you are a former Marine, is that correct?
Yes, I was in the Marines for 5 years as an electrician on fighter jets, and it was through my experience having kids in the military that prompted me to do this research and to look further.
Now, you were also a squadron leader in the Marines. Did that leadership role kind of help prepare you for the leader you've become in the community?
Oh, most definitely. It gave me a good set of skills that I've been able to transfer into my daily life and into my research for WomenNC.
Excellent. And Justine, you are also a fellow, a 2015 fellow. Congratulations to both of you. What was your research topic about, and why are you so passionate about it?
I chose to study the importance of funding reproductive health clinics for women domestically and abroad, so that's that global connection that WomenNC has. And I really got involved in the Women's Center during my first year of college. I'm a sophomore now, and I found that there's just such a need for reproductive health care access in our own country. So it made me think, what's it like abroad? What's going on in other countries, and what's the need?
Now, you mentioned the Women's Center at NC State. You are a trained crisis hotline operator, is that right?
Yes.
Tell us about that and how your experience with WomenNC has helped you.
Well, being a crisis line operator means that as a student, I'm able to be a peer advocate for people calling the hotline in crisis at all hours of the night, generally for cases related to sexual assault or violence. So all of my research has been blending together, and the needs have been growing together as well. So it's been a great experience with WomenNC and with the Crisis Center as well.
That is wonderful work that you both are doing. And Kate, the research that these ladies are doing does not end at the presentation. You have a forum coming up, is that correct? Talk about the dinner forum and then what the next step is for the fellows after that.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because if anybody is interested in learning a little bit more about what these amazing fellows do, we invite everybody to consider joining us for our Fellowship Forum dinner. It's going to be held on February 19th at the Hunt Library on NC State campus, and they are going to be presenting the research that they've worked so many months gathering and preparing. This dinner acts a little bit as a warm-up for what they're about to embark on, which is going to the United Nations and presenting on the Commission of the Status of Women. They're going to be heard by thousands of people across the globe, and they're going to be taking the message that they've learned about North Carolina and about how that impacts locally and globally to a large audience.
And this happens next month in New York, is that right?
Exactly. They go in March in New York.
Now, tell us a little bit about when they present their research here in North Carolina. Are they presenting to the community? Are they presenting to peers? Who are the presentations being made to?
We welcome anyone who's interested in learning more about what they are discussing and more about what WomenNC does. We are going to be having probably about 250 policymakers, students, student leaders, teachers, members of the community attending that forum.
Now, the forum is on the 19th, but there's a deadline to register. Is that right? Let our viewers know.
Yes, that's correct. We ask for RSVPs to please be in by February 12th.
Will do. And Lee, for members, our audience members who are watching the show or people who attend the forum, what would you say has been your greatest lesson with this involvement, and how would you encourage others to get involved in becoming a fellow?
I found the greatest benefit of everything through this whole experience is giving a voice to women, helping to empower them, realize that we are strong, that we are more than capable, more than able. And it's through the fellowship that we can help give a voice to women who do have the power.
What struggles did you see the military women facing that you are helping to advocate?
A lot has to do with motherhood rights, rights to contraception, family planning, and changing the overall attitude towards women in motherhood in the military for active duty service women.
And I should mention, that's great, Kate, this is not just education, but you also work to change legislation. Is that right?
Absolutely, we do. WomenNC has an advocacy branch as well. We were instrumental in getting the Safe Harbor bill passed through the Senate, which was fantastic, which provides all sorts of protections for victims of human trafficking, as well as severe penalties for people who perpetrate that felony. And we also are able to get our fellows a platform for speaking to legislators and policymakers.
Excellent. Very necessary work. And I want to turn back to you, Justine. What do you think has been the greatest lesson for you being involved in WomenNC, and how would you encourage other young women to become involved and eventually become leaders?
I would have to say the research aspect of this entire process has been the most beneficial to me so far, and knowing and learning that I actually am capable of doing research independently and with a group like WomenNC, which is giving me the information to propel forward. And I would say to women who want to become involved and want to become leaders, this is definitely the right route to go, and I would encourage anyone to look into WomenNC and possibly apply if they're still in college.
And that's a great segue. If people do want to apply, where should they go if they want to get more information?
Please visit our website, which is womennc.org. We would welcome all applications. We do have them open to North Carolina college students, both undergrad and graduate students. And that application process begins in September. The fellowship follows a school calendar from September through the end of the school year.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Lee and Justine, congratulations. And I wish all of you continued success.
Thank
you.